Welcome back to CLE Weekend. Now, I have covered traffic for over 20 years here in Cleveland, and I gotta be honest, I am not surprised by this statistic. Every year, almost a quarter of weather-related car crashes happen in snowy, slushy, or icy conditions. So we're gonna talk about what you can do for your car for safe winter driving. Joining us this morning is Dwayne Doc Watson, a seasoned technical trainer at Bosch with over 45 years of experience in the auto repair industry. So you know what you're talking about. Now, you may not know this, but our meteorologists here at 19 News, they are the most accurate and are excellent when it comes to lake effect snow. But we know it can be so unpredictable, and we got to get ready for that snow. So when we know it's on the way, what are some of the ways that we can get ready and prep our cars?
Well, Jamie, first, if you're an automobile owner, you should have a yearly inspection already done or scheduled, which includes checking all the lights, checking the air pressure in your tires, making sure that your wipers and your brake pads are not too worn, taking care of your engine, checking the cooling system, the belts and the hoses, and then topping off all the fluids, which would be brake fluid and wiper fluid and antifreeze and so on. And then checking your filters or changing your filters, including the cabin filter as well as the engine filter. And of course, getting your oil changed and hopefully a battery and charging system tested. Making sure that your fuel tank is full. In the winter months, you don't want to be driving around on a half a tank or less and then getting stranded and not having enough fuel. Checking your windshield washer fluid. Make sure that you have enough to keep that windshield clean because of all the road mist, the dirty stuff that comes off other people's tires and end up on your windshield. But I have some great tips that people don't normally think about. How about backing into your parking spot or your driveway rather than pulling in? And this gives you or allows you to see what's in front of you as you're pulling out. Backup cameras are great, but there's nothing like the bird's eye view of looking out that windshield. When a cold snap or a snowstorm's coming, a simple trick to keeping ice from forming on your side mirrors is to take either a garbage bag or a plastic sandwich bag and slide over the mirrors. That way, when you get ready to leave, you just pull the bag off and you've got nice, clear mirrors.
Yeah, it makes a real difference. I've got to say, here's the thing. You mentioned tons of stuff in there, and you're speaking to my soul when you talk about backing in because I only back in for that reason. But you mentioned, wiper blades. Do you think we should get like winter tires, winter wiper blades? Do they really make a difference?
They do, Jamie.
Okay.
So winter wiper blades are specifically designed with a hard coating on the outside so that moisture doesn't get in and freeze them up. And number two, the compound of the rubber itself is very pliable, even to minus 32 degrees below zero, so that they always clean the windshield.
Now, you talked about car batteries too, with some of your good tips. Is there anything that we can do to make sure it lasts through the winter?
Well, some of the best things that I can recommend, if you have a garage or a carport, try to park there.
Okay.
Just a small change in temperature will make a difference in the way the battery works. But there's a couple other things. Number one, when you come home and you park or you go to work and you park, turn off all the accessories in the car, as well as turning off the auto headlights. That way, when you come back out and you go to start the car, you've got the maximum capacity that battery has available to start.
I love it. That's a great tip. Now, speaking of putting things in the car, right, and being aware, an emergency kit. This is something I have in my car. I always suggest it, but what do you say are really the most important things to put in that for this winter time?
Well, I'm sure it's the same thing you have in yours. So a nice
I hope.
brush.
Go ahead.
Some sort of a shovel, and today they actually sell folding plastic shovels that don't take much space. A blanket, severe winter weather clothes, hats, gloves. One thing that people don't think about it, it's funny because I talk to a lot of drivers yearly, but carry something as simple as garbage bags or trash bags in your car to put over your shoes if you need to be out in a snowbank, or if you're out pumping gas and you're wearing your nice shoes, you didn't think about bringing winter shoes, you can just slide them over and keep your shoes nice and clean. And the key is keeping them dry.
Okay, that is one thing that I do not have. Everything, I was like, I got that, I got the blanket, I got this, but I don't have that, and that's great, especially for my business, because there are some times that I'm going out in prettier shoes. You've given us great tips, great information, which I've loved. Again, I've gained a lot of knowledge from you. What is the best place to go where we can get more information?
Well, one of the best places you can go for me is BoschDiagnostics.com. But I'm sure your website for the news station normally has great tips and tricks, as well as anything more that I could tell you.
Yeah, listen, I try everything you say. Like I said, you're speaking to my heart when you're talking about some of those tips, because the goal is really to keep people safe. And we know here with that lake effect snow, again, it comes in some areas, as we just saw last month, get 5 feet of snow and others get none. So Dwayne, thank you so much for all your tips and tricks. We appreciate it very much.
Jamie, thank you.
We'll be right back on CLE Weekend. Stay with us.